Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and the Resources Soviet Republic. In the last episode, we did a bit of planning and we sorted out our happiness problem. And we still have a number of unemployed workers, but we probably need a few more. What's going on with this guy? Let's just have a quick look at this. Probably need some more kindergarten. So this guy is okay. You know what we can comfortably do is just put an extra. Let's spin this thing back again. We can quite comfortably just do a bit of that, and let's get this guy to move across. Right? This shouldn't be. Just ignore the red signal for the time being. You can quite comfortably go and work together over here. I don't know why. These should really not be connected anywhere, so I don't know why they're being seen as a single network. Anyway, they should be able to work together on this at the same time. That's fine, and then we can extend the rest. We can. I wouldn't mind working on an updated little section here. So let's get Kowski onto that. They can come and start working on getting that piece of road done. Now, more kindergartens. We're adding some more in here. I might think that ultimately this may be a road connection across, right? Let's just have a look. Somewhere over there, maybe. I may pink it over and go to the other side. But for the time being, maybe this area or this area, there might be room for. Well, there's a kindergarten over here. Ultimately, I think this needs to move up. So this is a road depot. So let's clear out. Let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of that. We'll get ourselves this road depot moved forward. Probably up here somewhere. Road depot. Depots. Free road depot. Not gonna do that. Gonna do this and give it a mud access there. Gonna be fine. And what we'll do is we'll move up. We'll move these guys up and forward. I'm not sure. Let's just move them all over there. Once we clear that out, we can build something in this space. I think I need to get rid of that as well. We don't have any fuel here. So one thing that may be of use is for us to put a fuel station in this location. Let's start thinking about a fuel station. Something, I think, fairly sizable. Not the one-way option is probably not what we need. Farm gas station, this guy or that guy. If we do that, I'm pretty comfortable that this guy will have access here. Actually, a pretty good spot if we can get it slightly further away from everything. So let's start work on a gas station over there. Get Kowski onto this. This doesn't need any concrete, does it? Yeah. Anyway, get it on there so that it flows over to the next one. Ultimately, this guy then can go ahead and connect over here. Let's make sure to put that in place. Yeah. Something like that. It's good. We'll connect that. We'll get Kowski onto these as well. And then we'll see. So once that gas station is in place over there, we can get rid of that one. Just want to make sure we always have gas stations fairly close by. This seems to be a pretty good spot. What we could do is I think we should be connecting a road through here. Yeah, so what I'll do is let's squeeze a little something. We'll put it a little further away here. Shall we do another roundabout in this location? And then have this one out that way. Yeah, maybe that's a not too unreasonable thing. Yeah, maybe not too sizable one. So once this guy's out of the way, interesting that it's it's deciding to go down this area. What we'll do is we'll clear out that a little bit, and we'll clear out that. We will see about getting that sized properly. That's okay. This one will go straight in there. I'm actually quite tempted to just do... okay, hang on. Let's tie those in. And if we wanted to do something off to this side, that's okay. And then what I'm thinking is let's tie something off that way, and we'll trim this little connection. Make it a little bit more roomy there. And I'm going to trim this back a little bit more. So that's fine. And then how do we... Yes. That's a little bit better. That gives us a slightly different road connection through there. And then this guy can quite comfortably come and manage the peninsula over here. To do that. And the question in my mind is, do we... Because ultimately this would potentially provide some additional space here. I'm kind of thinking maybe we do another roundabout in that location. Let's do that. I'm not opposed to it. So let's trim this out. And what we'll do is we'll make a start on that. We'll trim this back. There we go, and we'll tie this in. There we go. That one goes in there. That one. Let's do this. Let's start it off over here with a little bit of a straight section, and we'll tie it in there. I can make that look a little nicer. There we go. That's beautiful. We'll try and get this thing straight out of here. That's good. And we can have ourselves a little straight connection on that side, which can ultimately go into this area or tie into something else. But I think that looks pretty reasonable. So that's good. So that's our new sections of road. So with that in mind, we can probably make a start on getting these guys moving a little bit. Let's get all of that going. That does give us connection to that side. Not that we need it straight away. Let's get Kioski onto this, please. Yeah, get moving on getting all of those things done. Let's get our one-way system going. One way, one way, one way, one way. Excellent. So that's our one-way roundabouts. Let's see about, do we have... we don't. So let's do a bit of this. Yes, I like it. And do we add them all? Oh, they don't want to. Let's cancel that again, and let's just do that and go, and this and go, and that one and go, and this one and go. There we go. So that should work quite nicely over there. We'll do a very similar thing on this side. And yes. And yes. And yes. And I believe that wouldn't actually pick up. So there we go. So that should help things out a little bit in terms of traffic flow through ExactChaos over here. Still plenty of room for things to be built, and so we will continue to build stuff. I think we've dealt with a lot of our issues. Happiness is shooting straight up, and we need more. So maybe we could squeeze a kindergarten in somewhere over here. So let's have a quick look. Schools, please. So something like that. Schools. We would like a smallish kindergarten. physically the smallest I think will be maybe something like that. And we could actually get it in. I'm going to squeeze it in over there. It seems like it could actually work quite nicely in that spot. It is close to another kindergarten, but I think it's just a capacity issue for us at the moment. So let's place that one in there, and just the one should be fine. Let's get Moderate to come and work on that. Get another kindergarten in there. These are all under construction, doing a great job. Now let's go back over here. Do we have this thing built yet? No. Why are you struggling? Got workers. You're missing steel. Steel is our issue, right? Are we producing sufficient amounts of steel? I don't think so. So how many workers do we have? Let's have a look. What's happening with unemployment? So there is 10% unemployment, but where are they? So unemployed workers is what? Where is my unemployment? What does unemployment look like? Uneducated workers. Unemployment? Come on. Tourists, citizens during free time. Workers with higher education, workers with lower. Uneducated workers. Where's unemployment? I thought unemployment had its very own little piece, right? Construction. That's interesting. Lifespan. Can't visit a doctor. Worker was taking care of a baby yesterday. Okay, that's good. Anyway, maybe it's just then. Let's just go with workers, right? No, they all have jobs. So it's not unemployment. This isn't. Why cannot? Something is funny. Worker was unemployed yesterday. That's the one. That's the one I'm after. Okay, so very few unemployed workers in this area. There's a little bit over there. They should be able to get there quite comfortably. So very few in Kioski, really. This is a very low number. So we're not dealing with big issues here. This area is pretty low too. There is a little bit, but it's probably a reasonable number. Can these guys get to there? They can. So ultimately there are our unemployed workers. So they're not actively, I don't think and even they can't necessarily get to the station. That's the issue. So we need to work that out for them. And, they can get up to here, but they can't even get up to there. So the question is, do we need to... These guys will then have no hope of getting to there. So the ultimate thing we can do is we can probably start using the bus station a little bit better. But otherwise, these guys should be able to get to where they want to go. Maybe that's the be-all and end-all for us, isn't it? Getting more workers closer to the station is maybe the best thing for us. There's some workers here that they don't have anywhere to go, so we do need to bear that in mind. But I think everything else is kind of sorting itself out. Yeah, so maybe a more direct pathway through here. We could certainly see about... well, at the very least, we can connect that up, and we can probably connect something up over here. And then we can definitely connect something up over there. I think all in all, that's probably a good idea. So let's connect through the center here. Let's connect through the center here. Okay, so let's sign that up, and we probably need to connect through here as well. And that should be pretty reasonably well connected. Maybe not going to help out what we had as issues there, but maybe it will. Let's just get all of these connections assigned. That might get people to these facilities a little quicker. And these trains are loading pretty nicely, so it's not too bad. Alternatively, we can also then just build some additional facilities on this side to get that working a little bit better. These guys are still missing because of kindergarten, which should be helpful over here. Let's drop the amount of workers that's just kind of randomly pitching up to this job. And we'll get is moderate assigned to this. And we can also get Kowski Concrete to come and deliver a lot of stuff. A lot of concrete over there. Not that I think this needs a lot of concrete. Yeah, two trucks of concrete. Okay, good. Good. Wow. Our money is looking reasonable. Our exports last month was good. We did import a lot of vehicles. We've got some spare vehicles available. Is this thing still not built? Why on earth are we struggling with this so much? Steel? Is steel such a big deal? Steel such a big deal. Where does Kowski get its steel from? Let's just double check that, just to make sure. The source is without steel. Where is the source? For steel, it's the road cargo station, right? It's not without steel. It's got 9 tons of steel, but I'm assuming steel is being delivered as we speak. Or it's already been allocated for collection. That might be what's happening. Once we get, I just want this thing. Can we please high priority this so that we can start working on some additional road connections, and then have a quick look over here. Chemicals is looking healthy. I like it. I like it. Healthy chemicals over here. I do wonder from time to time whether we're going to have sufficient electronics, but it looks okay at the moment. Let's see where this problem is at. That should be easy to deal with. Yeah, we've got some guys on the way. Excellent firefighters doing their thing over there. Yeah, we are doing a pretty reasonable job with some of these roads, but there's plenty of stuff for us to go and continue on. We are slowly getting all of this done, but yeah, steel is a bit of a problem. There's some power shortages over in this area. I still need to deal with that. I would like to actually get that connected up, right? So these pipes are doing their thing. They're waiting on steel. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yeah, waiting on steel. So is this powered? Yes, that's not powered. Oh, this thing needs to be built. Oh, why is this not assigned for construction? Let's get Kowski onto that. We could get moderate air onto that as well. Should be able to deal with it. We will need Kowski Concrete onto that as well. This isn't powered, but once that's done, it will be powered. I think this little section here needs to be powered. I think that's what this is supposed to be doing, but we haven't actually allocated anywhere for it to get its power from. Maybe that's something we'll come back and have a look at a little bit later. For the time being, I think we're comfortable with it. These guys aren't actually doing any work. We don't have any steel over here whatsoever for moderate to be working on. So really, a big issue for us is to potentially direct deliver workers over there. So what I'm going to do, I am going to activate this guy for workers, and I'm going to put a couple of buses into action over here. Do we have buses available anywhere? No, we do not. So give me a couple of these speedy buses. Speedy buses, please. These guys are the ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 100,000 worth of buses. So get them involved. And what we'll do is we'll start running buses to the other side. Now, the one thing that I think may be of interest for us in this location. Ooh, who's working on this? Moderate. Let's just get Kowski Concrete on here. We'll get Kowski on there as well. And what we'll do is I'll just make sure we're not running multiple workers here all the time. Kowski Concrete is assigned to this, but not Kowski. So let's get Kowski on there. Let's get Kowski on this one as well. So this should now start to collect workers. Lots and lots of workers. Now, an end station is probably what I'm after, but where would we park an end station so that it's, yeah, that spot's not too bad. The end station in this location is, yeah, we don't really have room for a bus end station, do we? I might sort something out right over here. Let's see about a bus end station. End stations. Do I have end stations? Oh, these are train platforms. Hang on. Bus stops. Can't see any end. So where would it be? A depot, right? Yeah, here we go. Bus end station small. Yeah, I'll put an end station in there. And then the question really is, where do we... Is that about the right spot there? So if we run it by there, and then you could still do a little loop through there. That's good. Let's do that, and let's get that assigned. Get Aoski onto this so we can make a start on that. We'll get an end station going, and we'll put the buses to it a little bit later. The buses are ready to go here, so let me grab this bus and we'll pause it while we quickly set up the route. So we're going to say you're going to pick up over there. You're not going to unload. You're going to grab all of the possible workers that you have available, and you're going to, in this location, drop it straight there. I don't even want to share it with anybody else. That is only steel. You're only going to be doing steel. We're not going to load. We're going to unload, and we're going to drop off everybody over there. And that's really it. So this is the line. And what I'll say is I'll rename this Exacto Central Steel. Exacto Central Steel Workers. We'll save that, and I will put line spacing on, and we'll save that there. And we'll say, make a start, buddy. You can go, and we'll get the other guys assigned. So let's just get those 4 buses to start running workers directly to the steel compound so that we can get the steel up and running a little bit better. So you assign you to line Exacto Central Steel Workers. Make a move. We'll get you to say assign you to Exacto Central Steel Workers and make a start. And we'll get you. No, you. Train is waiting too long. I'll have a look at that in just a minute. See what the situation is with that. Let's get you assigned to Exacto Central Steel Workers and make a start there. Thank you. So now everybody's going. Now, where are you getting stuck? You're waiting to do what exactly? Where is it that you're trying to get to? You are delivering electronics. So why are you waiting too long? Oh, you are picking up prefabs. Train is waiting too long. It's all people in this general area here. Why are you... okay, hang on. I am tempted if I... Okay, let's just have a look. I think there's something not great with our signals here. I think this is causing a little bit of an issue here. I was hoping this would actually get them to go that way. Oh, you know what I can do? What will make a difference is if I make this a chain. So, okay, hang on. You know what? Make these chains, and then what I'll do is on this side, we'll just do chains as well, right? Mixed as well. Let's just do mixed here too. There we go. I think that should get this guy to come in over here. Make use of that section. It can also make use of the other one. So now multiple areas is open for business. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's going to be much more efficient. I think that's good. Now these guys are waiting too long. Oh yeah, fine. We're sorting it out. It's now looking much healthier. Everybody should now be able to move. That guy's just a little bit on the slow side. Is a building on fire somewhere? I believe we should have someone heading out this way. Yeah, here they come. Good, that's fine. Is this bridge done? Beautiful, this bridge is done. So with this bridge done, I believe I can sort this out, right? This is Kioski oil workers. Ooh, Kioski oil workers should really then be running off of this side, right? Yeah, you should. If I go and have a look at the line, yeah, absolutely. Why on earth are you messing about over there? So once we've cleared these two guys, I will just get rid of this because our direct connection is now working. Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. Clear you out. The rest of you guys will now be making use of that connection and connecting in over there. I don't even care that much. So now direct connection through here would be quite useful. The other guys will be running up and down over here, getting access that side. Still waiting on steel. And so hopefully we now have some proper steel workers coming in, right? This is Zacto Central steel workers coming in. 45 of them. Nice. Keep going, keep pushing through. More Zacto Central steel workers coming in, another 45. Excellent. So all the other guys can now kind of share workers through, so a little bit more. So hopefully we'll be running full tilt here much more regularly now. That's kind of the plan. So let's have a quick look. What are we doing with regards to this? Oh yeah, that's already set up. Good stuff. So that should be working. Nice. Now, hopefully we've got steel coming in. Not really. That's got the steel on site, so hopefully that's the end product there. Now, when we get that done, we'll really start making a push into some of our other infrastructure. That is really the plan. But now our motorway should really be working very nicely. That is a turnaround facility mainly to help our snowplows do their job. Okay, how's this going? We should be. Oh, that guy's just filling up. That's fine. We'll get rid of that. We'll get this one in place as soon as we can. Missing a little bit of steel over here. This is probably the same boat, missing steel. So steel, I hope we've got steel working a lot better now. This is underway. I can comfortably go ahead and get that connection and that connection going. We'll get Kioski onto those two, please. Once we move the dumpers, we'll need to just make sure that we assign Kioski's concrete and dumpers to that same one so that they're always assigning. That should be pretty useful to us. But yeah, more steel production is what I'm after. This is looking pretty healthy apart from plastics. It doesn't have any workers at the moment. But plastics is available over here. It's just not pushing through to the other side. As of yet, we've got electronics. Everything is actually doing pretty nicely. What's going on over here? Plastics. Yeah, we're out of plastics, so this is stopping because of plastics, but we still have some availability over there. We can comfortably maybe drop our workers a little bit more so we don't spend as many of them over there. This is looking fairly healthy. I'm loving seeing that spot there. These guys are maybe a little close, but they're okay. They're okay. That's done. Beautiful. Now, this is going to be called Kioski dumpers, right? And I'm moving all of the dumpers over there. And the only thing that's assigned there is, so dumpers needs to be assigned gravel and asphalt. It doesn't pick up concrete or anything else really. So that's what it's been assigned to. There we go. So dumpers have been assigned. So now I'll pop in here and I'll say, grab all my dumpers. You, and you. And the idea is really then the rest of it, then we'll put more mechanisms in here to help that construction. So dumpers will be a separate allocation and concrete mixers will be a separate allocation. And the rest of the guys will all kind of just everything else will be the general construction office. I think that is a pretty good mix of things, because that leaves us our mechanisms with our flatbeds. And this is allocated close to the source of the product, so that helps us. We'll pick up any of the guys over here. Dumpers. That one. That. What? That one. That one. And we'll probably fill up with some more and make sure that our other teams have sufficient product. Oh, the one thing I wanted to ask you guys, there's been some mention about a tunnel bore machine for roads, but I can't seem to find it. I am assuming it doesn't actually exist, and that the tunnel bore machine is predominantly allocated for the rail. And so we just need to. I'm not too sure where that's at. Oh, these guys have some stuff with them. I might have to. Well, actually, it should be fine. Should be fine. And how many do I have still here? This is actually filled up. So let's, and there's another 8 coming in, and probably I should buy another 8 over here as well. So another round of dumpers, please. 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more dumpers there, please. And do we have a fuel station nearby? Over there, I think. Oh, and we want to have one over here. That's probably sufficient. I think our signaling here is working a little bit better, and that's probably okay, I think. Guys, to run straight through there. You're unloading food. Good. Any steel here? Ooh, there's a little bit of steel there. Good, so dumpers have now been arriving. Now, if I go to assigning, let's assign construction officers. This guy and that guy needs to be assigned there. Okay, and now we can go assign construction mode. So let's yeah, this is really, let's clear that one out so we don't have that. There we go. So now if I assign Kioski, they'll be a big ticket item for us. So let's have a bit of a look. With that in place now, can we make a little bit of maneuvering over here? So what I will do is I'll go ahead and gravel up this little section through there. We'll get our Kioski guys. Actually, Kioski guys assigned. We'll assign construction there. Ooh, they can actually go in from that side. Ooh, might be a little problematic because that's a big distance over there. What we will also do is let's I can do this, right? Let's do that and get Kowski onto this also. There we go. Get moving. There is a fuel station over here that will help you out. I think our power and everything is actually still sufficient. And now, yeah, look at that. Last month, look at those exports. Almost 1 million rubles in exports there. Our imports was pretty high too, but I think that's probably crops, to be honest. Crop imports is what that was. Kowski should be assigned here for construction, please. We need waiting on some dumpers to come on in. And then we'll get that built. And this is still waiting on steel. And these others are also still waiting on steel. That's actually working. So this is finishing itself off, so that's good. That will get us a few more unemployed workers. And hopefully more of them on here. Excellent. That's looking quite healthy, actually. We might not be too far away from being able to put yet another train onto this area. Oh, this is full. Wow, that's full. This is moving. These are empty. No, full. Guys, we are growing so quickly. How many vehicles do I have in here? Active industry workers is associated here, but it's not actually making use of it. Oh, you know who's not stopping here? Have a look at my lines. Pause it for a second while I quickly have a look. So Zacto Central Food Workers is... okay, so from here, what you need to do is after that, you need to actually come in over here. Thank you very much. Make a save there. so that we space you guys out a little bit more effectively. That's really the plan. That's good. And now we can potentially consider putting another train on that line, but actually this guy's just about going to fill up. So maybe we're just about ready to go, and those guys will be quite helpful. Yeah, this is looking healthy. So this guy should now really be... Oh, it's coming to central, so it'll come back on the next round. It'll pick up some people. Oh, actually a fair amount of people have been picked up there, so that's good. That is comfortable. Last month's imports was pretty high again, 760. Yeah, I think let's have a quick look at what last month had in terms of its... last month, the exports were... bitumen, fuel, lots of fuel actually. Mechanical components, very healthy. Maybe too healthy. Maybe too healthy, and that's dropping our steel. We exported a lot of coal. That's good. Exported a fair bit of power, some alcohol, some food. We exported crops. That is not good. So something somewhere is causing us to export crops, which I don't want to see, please. I'll go and have a look at that in a minute. I might have... Anyway, I'll have a look. Okay, so that's our exports. So that's good. So crops should really not be there. Then, if we go to the imports, lots of crops. Wow! That's too much. I might have to just slow that down a little bit. We're currently bringing in as well. Well, actually, if I just hang it out, it might not be too problematic. I don't want to micromanage it too much. Iron ore, meat imports. So something's wrong with the meats. I have to look. And chemical imports and coal imports. I understand the coal imports a little bit if we do run out. This should be full. So meat is not doing a job, and someone is exporting. Someone is exporting grain. This guy. Let's not export from here, please. Yeah, let's not export from here. That should be fine. What's going on with this? This is pretty full. So I'm gonna actually park this guy. Once we've unloaded, I'm just gonna park it a little bit because this guy needs to have spare capacity to see all of the crops being delivered, right? So that's really the issue. So as long as we kind of keep running sufficient amounts here, and these numbers are looking really healthy, the workers is the issue in terms of this. So let's drop this off, and then I'm going to park you back at your dock. You really only need to operate when this guy is under half. I think then you can do a couple of trips, and just it's really only if we are running out. So I wish I knew whether I could do something, but it doesn't have that logic. So it's just going to always run, and unfortunately, it means that because I don't want to ever have this thing full so that these guys can't deliver. That would be tremendously foolish on our part. So I'm going to park you. Once you've done your delivery, I'm going to park you so we stop importing crops a little bit, so that we can we probably don't need that for another for at least another year. So we'll just keep an eye on that, to be honest. So once you're done, we'll move you over here. We'll just keep an eye on that. Almost through. These guys, are they busy? No, not busy at all. So we really need to get cracking on construction. Steel is our biggest issue, but the road construction can certainly do its thing. So the moment you've finished off, I'll go and park you. There we go. So please go and park over there for the time being. This should be pretty busy. Yeah, 34,000 tons of crops. So that's going to be more than sufficient for us. How many workers in here? Almost a full complement. And I think our steel is starting to look a little bit healthier. Excellent. So I think these buildings should be in a position of finishing off now. Not quite yet. Okay, let's have a quick look at our implements here at Kioski. So we still have some pavers and things available. One thing that I did, what I'm interested in grabbing is some of the excavators. I would like to grab some of these excavators. They're not quite as speed efficiency as this, but they are driving 80 kilometers an hour. So grab me 2 of them over there. And if I grab you, let's grab me 2 of them over here, please, also. Excavators, please. 2 more. And hopefully that will work quite nicely. So we should be able to do sufficient pieces of work. This is so far away. I'm a little concerned. So one thing that I thought we might do, all I need is an excavator to come out over here, but I think it's not within the range. So we need, so this is fine. There's a range there. So what we need, you know what I'll do here? I'll just put a fuel station in here. One of those free ones. Right? Free gas station right over here. Yeah, you're not going to have that. So let's get us a free gas station there. Hopefully with it allocated in this location. Workers, can you believe that? That's an issue. Now I need to get you to drop that off. You'll be able to go that way around in due course. But for the time being, you'll probably just go, yeah, it's very far away. So, I need maybe, let's grab another oil tanker. 2. That's fine. I don't need tons of them. And what we'll do is we'll grab you and we'll say, please come and drop off over here so that these guys can get fuel availability. That's good. I think our steel is starting to look a little bit better. These sections can make a start. This is good. We've got more spots for kindergartens, which means more people don't have to stay at home. And this one is built. It's got no goods available. So what we need at the moment is we need distribution probably from over here. It's okay. You can pop in there and let's just make sure you're popping that up to a reasonable number at least. Around 80% of everything. Do you do meat? You don't do meat. Who does meat? Meat is over here. Okay, so meat. Let's have a look. Who needs meat? Meat is being delivered to all of these various facilities, and they need to be delivered over there, over there, over there, and they also need to be delivered over here. So my question with meat, right, is why are we not moving meat effectively? Why are we finding that meat imports is actually happening? Let's just double check this guy, right? There's plenty of refrigerator trucks available. It is coming to collect on this side, and it can comfortably do that. So please move. Where are you heading to? Kernakova meat storage, and you're going to Kioski prison. How much are you loading up? Geez, that's almost nothing. That's almost nothing. You are going to ExactChaos commercial building. I think that's the new one, right? You're loading 30%. Well, anyway, let's continue doing that and just see that we're keeping the meat moving. The buffers are so small that ultimately we need meat much closer. So what I will need to do is maybe start planning out our facilities over here with the extra distribution area. How's this going? Slow because steel. Slow because of steel. Okay, that's generally what we have. We can quite comfortably maybe extend what we've got over here. So let me grab this. Let's do a bit of this. We'll just make proper sections done there, and what I'll do is I'll get rid of that. That. Excellent. And we'll assign chaos keys to get the move on with all of these ones. Similarly, I may continue our work over here. Maybe I'll clear that one out so that we at least have proper connections there. And what I will also do is I will also do that and connect this up over here so that we can comfortably sort that out, and then I'll ask you to come and work on that for us at the same time, and then all of this should work. That's fine. We're going to keep moving on that one. These guys doing their jobs. Good. Fire's being extinguished where we need to. Steel is available, but maybe not as much as we would like. Plastics is low. Chemicals are looking a little bit better for us, so that's good. So the question here is, we have no workers there? Maybe what we do is we up this number to say 10, just because they were doing. Yeah, this is held back a lot because of plastic, so we're going to up that a little bit there on that side. That's good. Then a lot of our extended works is happening. No, I don't want moderate on this, but I can get Kowski to come and work on this. Thank you. And I'm hoping that in this location we now have some fuel ready to go. Excellent. With fuel available over here, maybe we can get the Kowski guys to sort themselves out a little bit over here. Just make sure you do that so that we keep working on all of these things. Keep working on all of these things. And at the same time, I may be interested in doing a little bit more of the road upgrade style work in town. So if I do something like this and something like that. No. Like that. And we'll get Kowski assigned to that. So we'll get that moving. Somehow I wonder if this is a little too close by, but we'll live with it for the time being. I could similarly do some other side works over here. So if I do maybe these two sections, and we'll get Kowski, not moderate, Kowski assigned to that. I'll leave that side open so that we do still have connectivity everywhere. That's really important. How's our steel looking? Good. I think we're exporting a little bit too aggressively. So what I might do is I might say leave 50% in there. It's fairly minor anyway. So leave 80% in there, and then only you. Well, actually, 50% is probably better. Now, what we can do is this one. You know, do we stop the production there a little bit? Or do we stop, you know what? Maybe we stop the exports a little bit here. Let's, at the moment, this would, let's stop the loading there. Let's stop the loading for the time being. Let's stop the exports of mechanical components so that we build that up, and then from there we're really making sure that we've got more and more of the steel available for ourselves. Okay, now what I thought we may want to do is start looking at what a steel facility could look like We actually, what's going on? Where are my, what are you doing? You are loading at the border. Where's my, I'm out of coal. Where's my coal train? Oh, you're here. Okay, that's fine. I might have to start running a little bit more on this guy. 600 tons. We might have to start running 2 of them potentially. We've got, all of our dumpers are actually out in the field. Let's get a few more dumpers ready to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hopefully that moves along a little quicker. Concrete, certainly. I'm super tempted to make sure that our bridges are concrete because steel versus concrete is a bit of an issue. So what I'll do, these are bridges that require mainly steel. Now they do look nice, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim them back. I'm going to get rid of them and I'm just going to replace them with concrete bridges because honestly, yeah, that's much better. I'm more comfortable with those bridges, so let's assign them. And once the guys get here, they'll bring in concrete, which will be a better maneuver there. Okay, so this thing is all done, and then somehow look at tying that up. So let's. I believe we should have guys available if we wanted to quickly do a little something here for a bit of a. So let's just keep this thing available on the side there so that we can see what's our height there, 15 and 6. Oh, that's actually that's probably about right. So let's level from the center, make it nice and small, and we'll push it to this area. What are we looking at? 15, 16, and that area is something like that maybe, and then on this side we'll do a similar thing. Just get that to about 16 there. Just get that up a little higher. And then we'll level from the center. There we go. Something like that, and we'll push it as close here as we can. Get ourselves a bit of a concrete bridge going, and that'll be our interchange. So concrete bridge to just bridge across there, please. Cool, something like that. And what we'll do is we'll tie that in quite comfortably, and that's going to be the interchange on that side. And then what we'll do is we'll something like that. Yeah, pretty reasonable actually. We could make something work over here. What we can do is I can actually trim this back a little, and we can make this work right over there. It's a little bit more compact. Let's do that. I'm quite comfortable. Make a start with this. Let's pull it back just a little so we can give it a little bit of room there. Actually, similarly, let's do a little bit of that so we can twist it back in there a little bit. So that'll be our interchange in this location. We don't need major interchanges here. We just need people to be able to come across that way. Again, with that maneuver, it means that they're unlikely to try and get off here if they don't need to get here. So let's get that assigned, and what we'll do is we'll get our cosy guys onto the job here. So once they get there, we'll get that bridge built. and they can make a move there, and we can get this island a little bit more activated. We could make a start at the construction here. Needs a lot of concrete and a fair bit of steel, but we can probably make a start there. So let's do something like that. Is that a reasonable? Yeah, I think that's a reasonable. No, let's redo that. Let's trim that back. We'll clear this out, and we are going to just do that. That's a little bit better. So let's assign that for construction. Kioski. Kioski can make a start on that, please. We can bring in some other stuff a little bit later, but that's all good. Okay, I think we're pretty much almost at the end of this episode. Look at that happiness back at a reasonable level. People are happy because I think they have access to alcohol now. Yeah, most people get everything they need. These are built. So ready to go, and this should have tons more people ready and available. These should have 2. Are they full? No, not quite. Now, with this here, I'm going to get some guys to just come and distribute a little bit more fuel to this area. So with that distributed here, %, of that, about 30 tons, that's going to be fine. I'm happy with that. This is powered, right? It's powered. So once that's in place, we'll get these guys, we'll get rid of this. Actually, I can get rid of this already. Get that out of the way. We can slowly trim back on some of that. Still need that accessibility there. This should have everything we need. Excellent. So people here should have a little bit more regular access to the stuff they want. Yeah, absolutely. Only a couple of people don't have what they want. If we have a look at our general productivity at the moment, 101%, which is exactly where we would like it. We would like to stay nice and high, and there should be pretty good stuff over there. There's lots of people ready to go. Is this guy running straight through? He should be. Yeah, it should be. And then be released in due course. There we go. It is now winter. The snow is coming. Oh, look at that money. Good. Our imports have dropped a fair bit due to us not necessarily working on the other stuff anymore. Oh, this is done really quickly. We have sufficient rollers and things over here as well, so I should be able to slowly get everything sorted. Now I can't see where we've not paved yet. And how's this going? Reasonable amounts of workers here. Yeah, it should be good. We are still seeing coal being dropped in from there as well. This guy is unloading some coal. Ooh. I believe we should have someone on the way. But it is a bit of a distance, I think. Oh, here we go. There he comes. Keep an eye on that. We've got an electricity problem. I'm assuming it's because this thing is on fire. Oh my goodness. He's not going to make it. Get there. Get there. No, I can't have another thing go out. Oh no, you should be able to get there. You're going to go slow in this section. Come on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is a disaster. Yet another building has burned down. Get me the crews on here straight away. This is top priority for us because we are without power now. All of this stuff is without power. Okay, guys, I will sort this out in between episodes. All of that. Look at that. Trains are stopping. That is a disaster. That is an absolute disaster. Does this guy have... No. Oh, he should. He should have access there. So the mere fact that they sent that this guy was taking a million years to get there is a bit of a problem for us. So I might work towards getting another one built. I'm also pretty intrigued as to why he ended up driving up through here instead of that side. What is the the vehicle speeds here. Yeah, we really need an extra fire. Okay. This vehicle is a pretty slow one, which is why they chose to drive on the slow network. Okay, well, let's build a much larger fire station now, probably in this location here. And that's, I think, very important that we do that. So let's get ourselves a larger fire station. That one could work right over there. Is there something that's a little bit of a different shape? Let's just have a look at that. 7 vehicles, 6 vehicles. Come on. This one is 5 vehicles. Ah, yeah, that's the one. That's the one that I'm after. So if I push that back about there, it should make that work. I'm going to trim back this little section through here. I can't believe I've lost yet another. Trim that back through there and put this in place over here and get that assigned. And we should have accessibility to the prison via some other routes, so that should be okay for the time being. Oh, you know who's not going to have any real access is, oh, that should still be fine. So get this assigned as well. Kioski, please come and start work on this. This is an issue. This really is an issue. Moderate air should be assigned to this as well. Moderate air, get that assigned over here as well. And oh, it's really not that quick, but this is the top priority for us. So please get that built, guys. I'm going to end the episode there. I will see you in the next one. Hopefully this power isn't going to cause us a significant issue. I really hope it's not going to be the end of the world for us right now. We should still see power in most of the other locations. It's just our rail network, which is going to be a big challenge for us to deal with at the moment. Okay, hopefully we'll get there. Wow, this is dropping fairly quickly. Is this working? These guys are working. We've got 2 pumps here that's not working at the moment, so we do need to get them moving as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I've said this. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.